What is unique about the movie we are making? Um, I mean, probably off rip the fact that it's like literally just the two of us. I know we said that before, but like I feel like that's a major thing. Even if it is a super low budget thing, people try to put like crews together and have people doing different roles. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but we couldn't put anything together like that, people that would donate that much time. So we kind of had to do everything on our own.
Okay, so this is our second video on this YouTube channel. Just to give a recap, we made a movie together. It's very, very low budget.
Very.
Yep. And, we're pretty impressed with the look that we got. So the whole thing is that we want to just give away some things that we found along the way, because when we decided that we were going to make a movie, we're like, okay, I'm going to hold the camera, you'll hold the mic, and we'll make this really low budget film, but we don't want it to like necessarily feel like it's super low budget. I mean, it is regardless, but we wanted to be really confident in what we're making, and there's certain things that we had to do that. It's like art direction and writing and casting and all of that we're gonna get into. But we figured it would make sense to just start with the visual things. The last video we did was about the filter that we used to shoot with the camera, and now there's this LUT. It's a Roger Deakins inspired LUT. I got it from a colorist friend of mine who is now, he's a pretty big colorist. He's done like Geico commercials and Eggo commercial and just massive brands. So he came from a company called Frame Store. I don't know the name of the company he's working at now, but one day he told me that he'd maybe be interested in making like a custom LUT for us to shoot with. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
But that also wasn't just because he like saw you post something on Instagram and he was like, I want to make something. You actively were like trying to seek out somebody that was gonna provide you with something that you wanted. Like,
yeah, I think I was thinking like, I see a lot of these movies where they have colorists make like a show LUT, they call it, or I don't know if it's the color scientist or the colorist, but somebody makes them like a custom LUT to shoot with. And I was thinking that'd be super cool if we had that, because again, it would make us feel more awesome while we're shooting, and more legit, since there's only two of us. We need to do everything we can.
yeah, just like we turned over every stone, like didn't want to.
Yeah. Why not have a custom LUT when you're making a movie? So I reach out to this guy and he was like, hey man, sorry, I'm really busy right now, but use this to shoot with. And it said Roger Deakins LUT. And I was like, oh my God. I tell Dean, like, I think this is the real LUT from Deakins. Like, we have the filter from Spielberg and the LUT from Deakins. Like, it's over, we're making a real movie now. Well, it's not exactly Roger Deakins LUT. It's an inspired LUT. It's a Roger Deakins inspired LUT. But
I had thought it was like when you said it, I think I thought it was, and I was like being obsessed with the Coen brothers. I was like, oh my God, we have this filter. But it's just inspired. But still.
Yeah. So we shot with this LUT on the camera. We shot all of our scenes with this LUT, and we're still shooting the scenes with this LUT. It has a really cool look. This is what it looks like. Very, very pleased with the look. It really made me feel more like a real movie maker while I'm using it. And I think it helped us a lot. We did end up, or I did end up deciding to kind of change my mind with the look of what I want the final product to be like. But that doesn't mean that shooting with this LUT was bad. So this whole video is to tell you what I actually do think we're going to do, which is a film emulation. I think that the concept of film emulation is a giant rabbit hole that I've been in and I continue to go in all the time, and I'm sure all of you guys do too, but I just wanted to let you know what my favorite one is so that you could go and buy it, and so that you could use the LUT that comes with it to shoot your movie if you want to, because I think that's what I would have done now if I was starting, because that's the look I'm gonna go with, so why not just shoot with it on? It's beautiful. There's a guy named Juan Melara, and he makes something called Film Unlimited. And there is a 500T film emulation that he has. And so what you do is you go to his website and you purchase power grades. And the power grades, there's one for your camera, which goes from your camera color space to Aries color space, like an Alexa. So I have a transform that goes from Ursa G2 to Alexa. And then I apply the rest of the grade, which is the 500T emulation, and it is really cool. You know, we wanted our movie to feel like some of the movies we were inspired by, and we were watching, what's the era of movies that would you keep calling New Hollywood?
Yeah, New Hollywood.
Yeah, we like a lot of those movies. What are some of the stuff we want? What are some things from New Hollywood, like Robert Altman?
Yeah, we love Altman, Hal Ashby.
Yep.
We liked What's Up, Doc. There was a
This whole time of movies, they were just super cool. And I mean, movies are always shooting on film, but and I don't even know if 500T is. I think they were shooting like Eastman or something, but this 500T look has a look that looks enough like film to us to be happy. And, you know, I've tried a lot of the film emulations. I've tried Dehancer. I've tried Filmbox, which is also beautiful. I have LUTs. I purchased the LUTs from the Brim, which are like super expensive. I remember calling Oscar, who's my business partner, and being like, I want to buy these LUTs, and they're like $1,000 or something. And this is not a knock to any of the other film emulations out there. This is just like genuinely, we don't want to hold back anything that we like. We just want to tell you that's the whole point of, I guess, why you'd be watching this. Check out Film Unlimited by Juan. You know, I think you'll like it. I think I would load that LUT into my camera and I'd shoot the whole movie with that, and then I would obviously reapply it in post. But
even though you had mentioned the Deakins LUT and shooting with it and how cool it was to have, and I know it helped you do some things in camera, like technical stuff. You could have done that if you had just had one. It's not that we needed the Deakins LUT. That was just something cool that came along the way. But you could have shot with Juan the whole time.
Yeah, I would have. I would have shot with Juan the whole time. Now, I think that Deakins LUT is beautiful, and it did do something that I was talking about with you before, but it did. The LUT that I was using, I don't know how many stops it reduced my exposure by, whether it was one or two. It's the whole concept of like exposing to the right that people talk about. Essentially, while you're shooting, it makes your footage a little bit darker. So you shoot a little bit brighter, obviously, and that ensures that enough light gets to the sensor so that you're giving it a healthy exposure. You know, you can always bring it down. It's a common concept here, but I think wands would do the same. And I also don't think that you need to do that in any way. I don't necessarily think, I think you should just nail your exposure with wands 500T LUT on it and you'll be happy. These days cameras are so good that like, you know, you have a little bit of play. But yeah, check out Film Unlimited by Juan Melara.
Put a link somewhere or something.
Yeah, I'm sure you thought we were going to give you a Deakins LUT, which unfortunately I don't think we're not going to give it to you. You're going to go and get Juan. Go and get Juan, trust me. You don't need it.
And that's it. Unless.
Yeah, what's the next video is going to be? Stay tuned on this channel because we're going to be talking about casting. We're going to be talking about wardrobe. We're going to be talking about art direction. There's a lot of other things that go into making a movie feel like a movie, which Dean knows a lot more than I do. I'm starting by telling you camera stuff.
We'll probably move to like lighting next, and then we'll get into the stuff, but camera and all that now. Whatever.
All right, cut.
YouTube, cut.